How to connect to MongoDB using Python. Hey guys, today we're gonna look into a few basic commands of MongoDB and the concept of using MongoDB with Python. So without a further ado, let's go into the Google Chrome and look for the MongoDB. Open up mongodb.com, go to the products. You can use either cloud or the software. For today, we are going to go into the software MongoDB server. It's a community server edition, so it's completely free. Select up your OS and download it. Once the download is completed, you need to mostly do next, and once your installation is completed, to recheck, open up the task manager, go to the services, look for the MongoDB. You can see this MongoDB server is running. That means the MongoDB is installed perfectly and it's running. Once it is done, you can open up your mongo.exe. I have already created a shortcut for it. Okay, this is the terminal for the mongo.exe. I'm going to show you few of the basic commands which we are using for the MongoDB in this videos. So DBs, it will list out all the DBs available in your MongoDB. To use any of this database, you can just type use test1 or you can use test3. In case if you don't want to use the existing database, you can create up your new database by telling test4. I am into switch to test4 now. Now in that one, if I want to see is there any table available, I can use this command collection. So collection, it's returning a none, so that means there is nothing. Now to create a new table, I am using db dot table name. You can give any table name. For temporary I'm going to put the table name as table1, and in table1 I'm going to insert a record. For inserting a record inside the parenthesis, I'm going to use this table1 to store my employee ID and my name. One row is inserted, you can see successfully. Okay, now to check which are the tables available in my database, I can use the table1. I can use the same command. I'm just pressing the up arrow key, so collection, you can see it's returning table1. And if you will go with so dbs, you can see the test4 is been created. Database, I'm going to use the full stack database. Inside that I'm going to see which are the table available for me. It's so collection. Okay, inside that one, if I want to find something, find record, then I can use so db dot table name. In the post I'm going to use to look for my rows, and if you want to list out all the data available, you just give an empty string. Sorry, I forgot to put post dot find. Okay, it will return you all the records. In case instead of all the records, I want to look for only a record which is having a title as the second block. It's a case sensitive, so be careful. db dot table name is post dot find. What I'm going to look is for the title. The name of the title is starting with second block as the record which is having the title as second block. The same as the find, we can use the remove the record. Be careful when you are removing, don't give an empty string, it will remove out complete data of your table, so be very careful. These are all the commands which we have used for now. I am going to put the link in the description for my GitHub where you can download them and you can use it. So these are some basic command of the MongoDB. Now let's open up the PyCharm and let's connect our MongoDB using Python. I'm not going to type each and everything as I already typed it and created a program, but I'm going to walk you through each line of the codes. First of all, let's just clear up the screen, or better to exit up and open the mongo.exe again. you can see over here connecting to MongoDB and the IP address. Now this is our URI. Just copy it. Okay, now let's first of all go step by step. I am using a library pymongo. Once I have imported the pymongo, I have created a variable, a string variable where I'm inserting the link we just copied. Now, once I have the link, I'm going to use a library to create an object of a MongoDB by passing that URI. So by mongo.mongo client, I'm passing the URL, which I'm storing it in a variable named client. Now, once I have that variable which is having the MongoDB as an object, what I'm doing is whatever command we have just seen previously, we are going to use test. Instead of use test, what we are doing is database equal to client test, and inside the database test we are going to use the collection table1. So the exactly same thing I'm going to do is over here collection. So collection, so you can see already the table1 is created. Now my collection is pointing towards the table1. So we can do each and every commands which we have seen just a while before over here in Python. Collection.find. Instead of collection.find, we were using db.table1.find parenthesis. So it's display all the records of that table. The same thing I'm doing over here, and I'm storing it in a table1. I have created a list by the name of row list. Inside this I'm going to append each and every row. So I have kept it in a row loop 4 rows in table1. It's going to last until all the records are not appended in the row list. Once it is done, I am printing that this is the first command which we have used. The second command, or the second way we can store the same thing, but over here you have seen we are using couple of lines. So instead of that, this whole thing can be done in a single line. Table 2 rows 4 row in collection dot find. Third command is I am putting a condition. I want all the records from the table where the marks are greater than 80. So you can see over 80, the greater than marks for the 80 is for the dash and for the area. So over here I'm going to get only 2 records. The command 4 is for inserting a record. Now in the command 5, what I'm doing is I'm finding only one. Until now we are finding all the records, but over here I'm finding only one record which is having the mark 70. In case if you have a couple of records with the mark 70, the first record which we have inserted is going to return it. Now let's try to run this program. Okay, the command 1. Command 1 is returning all the rows. If you will scroll, you can see all the records are been written. The same thing is doing the command 2, but we are just optimizing the code. And the third command, I am asking them all the records greater than 80. As you can see over here, the record is equal, the record which are equal to 80 is been already bypassed. And the third and the final one is the inserting of the command with mark 70, and then I'm showcasing only one, find only one which is having the mark 70. These are basically all the same command which we have used earlier This is just an concept how I am connecting a MongoDB using Python. In the next tutorial, we are going to go into the more detailed concept of some static methods, class method, how the objects are working, and how we can build an app which will be a blog where an author is registering, he is entering the new blogs. Inside the new blogs, he is posting his post. This is what I have learned from another tutorial. A few more things inside it I will just going to showcase you guys. But this is not going to be a very lengthy or a deep tutorial. So I am just going through an overview in the next video. You can get the complete code which I was showcasing you from my GitHub. Thanks for watching the video. Likes or tell me how I can improve more, as I am not much used to of this YouTubing. Thanks again.